What's going on, everybody? Hope you all are having a fantastic day today. Now today we're going to be talking about Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and a topic that a lot of you guys actually really enjoy, and that is the skill-based matchmaking in this video game. Now, part of me already kind of knew this, but it was not much evidence to prove that this was a proven fact when it came to the free-to-play version of Modern Warfare, but after seeing a lot of messages from multiple people commenting on my channel, I'm kind of coming to the conclusion that it's true. And even if it's not true, I'm still going to state my opinion and try to persuade you guys to believe what I'm about to say here. And by all means, if you don't believe me, leave it down in the comments section and give your own personal opinion about this whole topic here. But a lot of people have been commenting on my videos talking about the free-to-play weekend. That has happened multiple times when it came to Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I think it was called something like Weekend Warfare or something like that. They had it a few times, where for the weekend and Warzone section, of course, they would open up the multiplayer section of the video game for anybody to play. And there will be its own little personal like mosh pit playlist that would select like maybe 5, 6 maps that you could play on, give you multiple game modes, and they allow the people who have the free-to-play version of Warzone to give it a try at the multiplayer experience. And yes, this is good and all, but it was very obvious to me because I tried out the Weekend Warfare, and the skill-based matchmaking was still the exact same thing for me. But I was thinking to myself, it would really make sense if Activision turned down the skill-based matchmaking completely to sell a bunch of copies. Now, at the time, I didn't know if this was true or not. It was just an idea that popped up in my mind that I was thinking about because it made so much sense to me that Activision would want a lot of sales at the video game. So all the people who have the free-to-play version of Warzone and are trying it out for their first time in multiplayer, they all have the skill-based matchmaking completely turned down so they have the most fun experience they could possibly get. And then, of course, people who are seasonal players and people who've been playing Modern Warfare since day one, if we try out Weekend Warfare, we still get the same regular skill-based matchmaking. And the reason behind this is they want to make sure that the noobs have the best experience they could possibly get. And even if they're not noobs, even if they're really good at Warzone, they'll still get a really easy experience. They'll be able to pub stomp lobbies, get their streaks, and just have tons of fun while playing the video game. And they will easily get convinced that this is one of the best Call of Duty video games ever made. They'll open up their wallets, they'll pull out the cards, they'll purchase the full game. And then what happens later is very tragic. Now, like I said, multiple comments I've been getting on my channel have been stating that after they got out of the Weekend Warfare and they purchased the full video game, their experience has changed drastically, as in no skill-based matchmaking whatsoever for these individuals when they're playing in the actual Weekend Warfare playlist. But when they went ahead and purchased the full game and they went into the quick playlist and they picked the game modes that they want and they're able to customize all their classes in there and do all the regular multiplayer stuff, skill-based matchmaking was turned up tremendously, to the point where it was just like how we are all complaining about this situation, where it's constant sweat, everybody is just jumping around corners, slide canceling, constant competition, which of course, like I always say, isn't a bad thing. It's nice to have competition. But the problem with it is, like we've all been talking about with skill-based matchmaking, it's every single game. There's no breaks in between. You are constantly sweating your butt off every single time that you play this video game. This is hands down one of the scummiest things to possibly do to some individuals. You're basically lying to your audience. You're giving them a false image of what the game truly is. Because the game only reaches its max potential when you're versing people in the skill-based matchmaking lobbies and you're versing, your identical twins on the video game and they're saucing you, you're saucing them. That's when you understand what the game is completely about and you can see how it's made, what the maps are made around, what the weapons are made around, and then you truly see what the game is. But if you're going up against a bunch of bots, you don't see that. You see a game that's awesome. That goes for any game. It really doesn't matter. Any FPS game that you pick up, it doesn't matter if it's a good game or bad game. If you're stomping out a lobby, like every single game that you play, you're going to enjoy it. It's just as simple as that. If you are winning, if you're doing extremely well, you'll enjoy your experience. No matter how bad or good the game is, it just simply does not matter. So Activision is basically bribing these people. They're giving them the best possible experience they could ever get out of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. The easiest lobbies, they're making sure their connection is perfection, and they're just making sure they have an absolute blast. So when they play the game, they're loving it. They're saying this game is outstanding. They go ahead, they purchase the full game, and then they have to deal with what everybody else is dealing with in the full copy of this game. It really is some of the scummiest stuff I've ever seen. And honestly, at the end of the day, it's understandable. Completely understandable, They're a massive corporation. They want tons of money. They want to be able to thrive. And the shareholders have to be pleased with basically everything that Activision is doing for all the games that they're publishing, basically. So at the end of the day, Activision only cares about the money. Which, it's understandable. We all know this. We all knew this, actually. It's not any new news here. This is stuff that we've already known about. But it's still very scummy because, like I said, you're lying to these people. You're giving them false hope. They're basically holding a filter in front of the video game. They're not going to show you the sweatiest experience of this video game. They're not going to show you that the only way to get good at this game is by sitting in corners, holding angles, and waiting for people to run to you. They're not going to show you any of that. They're going to give you mindless players, people who really don't care. I mean, I'm not talking about disabled players or anything of that sort. I'm just talking about players that probably have negative KDs just simply because they don't care about their KDs. They hop on the game maybe once or twice, a month maybe even, just to play the game. They don't have a monitor, no headset. They just pop on their big screen TV, hop in a game, play it a little bit, and try to get a couple of games out of it. Those are more than likely the people that they're partying up all these Weekend Warfare players with. So they make sure they get the most premium experience out of it. But when they go ahead and they purchase the video game for the full $60, or maybe they even get the bigger edition since they enjoyed their experience so much in Weekend Warfare, the filter completely comes off. Then comes all the sweats, the tryhards, and I wouldn't consider myself one of those people. I try to run and gun as much as I can, except in this situation that you see me here. I mean, it's not really much I could do. We're playing in an objective game mode. We have to plant B. I'm just holding off the enemies. I'm waiting for my teammates to plant the bomb, basically. So I'm trying to hold off the enemies from getting in this building because this building is a massive choke point to make sure that they stay away from the bomb site. So I'm playing OBJ right now. But a lot of skilled players in this video game don't play like this. They don't play for OBJ. They don't play for, trying to take map control or anything. They play for kills. They play for streaks. They play for high kill gameplays. And the majority of them just go and find a nice camping spot, a nice building, nowhere close to the objective or nowhere close to anything, and they just camp it out. And they wait. They wait for people to run into the reticles, and since they are good players, it's not like they're bad, it's not like they can't shoot. They can hit their shots, and since they're camping, they're probably more than likely going to drill you every single time they see you because you're not expecting them. That is what the sad truth about Modern Warfare is, and those are the people that they're going to be exposed to when they purchase the full game. Claymores, 725s, scoped M4s, the new Val, overpowered sniper rifles. All these things are going to just completely splurge into all of their lobbies. Things that are probably hidden in Weekend Warfare. I'm pretty positive the majority of the stuff, they probably see Odins. I guarantee in Weekend Warfare, they see Odins. I bet you, a gun that's never seen. I bet you that was just completely in Weekend Warfare. But that's not in the regular game, the regular skill-based matchmaking. Like I just said, scoped M4s, Rams, Vals, sniper rifles, shotguns that are OP. That's what they're going to see when they purchase the video game. And like I said, the filter is going to be completely off. They're going to see the truth, and everything about the game is just going to be completely repulsive. And they're going to think to themselves, what happened? Where'd the game go? I just played this video game. I just enjoyed this video game. It was great. Where'd all those players go? Why am I being put up against the ultimate sweats? People who just absolutely want to stomp out lobbies. And you see, this is why I wasn't too mad with skill-based matchmaking in Cold War. Yes, it was thick, but like I said in my actual skill-based matchmaking rant on Cold War, the biggest thing about this whole situation is the actual gameplay of the video game and how the developers designed the game. Map design, weapon balance, whether it's flinch or no flinch, the headshot multiplier to see, how important it is to actually shoot the head, or if someone could just shoot you in the stomach a bunch and actually kill you. It's a lot of things that are going to add a skill gap into your video game, and Modern Warfare doesn't produce any of that. The way to get better is by simply camping. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so difficult to enjoy Modern Warfare. And that's what a lot of people don't see. When they have those, the filters over their eyes when they see this video game, they see a game that you can run and gun in, you can push, you could be aggressive, you could rotate. And if you could do that in this game, it's fun. Like, I have a few games like that when I play Modern Warfare. Very, very rare do they come across, but that's when Modern Warfare is at its true form, at its complete potential, and you can really see all the hidden potential in this video game when you're able to find lobbies like that. But like I said, lobbies like that are extremely rare. The majority of the time, you're going to be finding people who want streaks, who want to completely stomp out lobbies, people who want to get nukes, and all those players are going to be camping, holding angles, holding head glitches, and using the most overpowered weapons in the game. It's just the sad truth about this title. But guys, I'm going to call it quits for this video here. I'm just going to rerun the same gameplay since I'm only going to be talking for like maybe 40 seconds more. So I don't think it matters that much about the gameplay. But guys, I hope you really did enjoy today's commentary. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and by all means, if you hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new and enjoy what you heard, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. Also, want to chat with me, there's two ways to do so. I have a Discord and I have a Twitter. Both those links are down in the description. And also, want to catch me live stream some video games, I do that over on Twitch. Link to that is in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.